It's been so long since I made a freaking video, dog. It's been so long since I made a video. I don't even remember how to do this. There's no chat to interact with. It's just me and my thoughts. It's a terrifying place to be in, baby. But my homie Master Man hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I want to hear your musical take on the new song that I put out with Gawne and Vin Jay. I was like, all right, bro, I got you. Let's do it. Let's chop it up. But he made sure to tell me the video is a freaking movie and the song is its own entity, and they work together really well. So what I want to do here is I want to watch through one time, just straight through, get my takes out of the way, get my feelings out of the way. We won't pause. We'll just listen to it straight. And then the next time, we'll really break it down to its core. So we'll do 2 full passes, one straight through, and then one where we're breaking down and talking about certain stuff. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Massa Man, Lights Out, featuring Gawne and Vin Jay. Dog, it's been so long since I made a video. This is wild. All right, let me transition. Let's get it popping. All right. Let's get it. Let's see what we got here. Looks a little spoopy season we got going. All right, here we go. But is this the quality that I can get? The best quality I can get? Ah, there we go. You can see every pixel.
Night, night, go to sleep, kid, lights out. Oh, you really wanna fight now? Better pipe down, stop talking nonsense. I see a little bitch ass typing comments. Fully invested,
this
you
video
don't wanna
sick.
test it. I am a threat that you don't wanna mess with. True fact that my belt's not black, but I'll whoop that ass if you get me mad. Better be ready to fail, I will prevail. No telling what I'll do to you on the ring of the bell. I'm turning the oven up, you will get hit with an uppercut. I will destroy your ego and then I'ma fuck you up.
This shot is cool, man.
Okay, I'ma take you head on any day.
Head
I'ma
on,
give them all smoke whenever they wanna get it, cause I'm messed up, man. Don't you ever forget it.
This video is sick, man. This is really cool.
In the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare, nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I'm coming to play.
I got goosebumps and a shiver. Hear the whispers of the ghosts getting closer. They go, Luke will come into play. Yo, like, hey, yo, my soul's demented. I guess I'm just a lonely sinner. Looking back on my life like, holy shit, I'm only bitter. Cause I've been through the coldest.
I'd know that beard anywhere, dog.
I should've fucking pulled the trigger. Instead I came home for dinner. So what's the devil gonna say now? Put me through the ringer, but I came out swinging middle finger to the pain. And no, I ain't about to stay down on bloodstained ground. As I'm getting up off the canvas, time to better him in the late rounds. Poltergeist, see I'm cold as ice. So if you fucking with the goat, you better know the price and roll the dice, cause then I will expose your
really
life.
Sick flow flip.
Night, night, yeah, there goes the lights. But sleeping is the time that I feel hope. I wake up to a nightmare, cause real life is what I fear most. Ramen noodles on the stove, my meal's cold. I never had the money to appeal. With these clothes, got holes in my shoes, they feel
that was a really cool
to the souls, how they slowly
switch
peel.
there.
So I need a miracle or some record deal dough. Otherwise I'm probably gonna keel over, for real though.
Try to run away, but you're no
Really good
longer
verse.
safe.
Really good verse.
Something in the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I'm coming to play.
Tell them all they better enter a nightmare. Follow the bright light when you witness a knife tear into your flesh, dog. You should probably recite prayer. The devil doesn't fight fair. Hoping your life spared is priceless.
This video is top tier, dog.
Feeling is so enticing. I've been deep in the crisis, and I'm trying to grow, but know the devil, he's got me under his mind control and his domination. Been calm and patient, trying to stay sane with my occupation. Thoughts deranged, telling me that I'm complacent, and the man in the mirror's an abomination, and it'll never change. Better days ain't on the way. Guess I gotta get a cake. Click clack, let it spray. Cause it's life in a dream right now. It's a nightmare till the motherfucking lights out.
That 808 is crazy. That little slide is wild.
Something in the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I'm
Coming to play. Dog. Okay. All right. Off first listen. First listen. No pauses. No thought breaks. Right. There were a couple things that I heard that were really, really, really cool. One thing is you've got a bunch of different elements of music in this joint. Right. Like you've got your snares hitting on threes. Which the snare usually hits on the 2 and the 4. Right. Snare usually hits on the 2 and the 4. But with that. it gives it like that triplet feel that gives you almost a drill aspect to it. The hats are very drill, and then those 808 slides are very drill aspect with almost like a horrorcore centered melody, right? It's got a very like interesting feel to the beat itself. Those 808 slides just at the end, right before that I'm coming to play line happen, add a certain dynamic to that line that makes that hit. A lot of really cool pieces and a lot of intentionality put into this beat. Video-wise, crazy cinematic. Wild from a like film perspective. The green screen elements were really cool. There's one spot that I saw that you can kind of see like the black outline around mass of like whatever item they were using. But other than that, it's like a flawless integration, right? It looks fantastic. It looks cool. It looks cinematic. Looks dark and mysterious. This kid crushed the acting. Crushed it. The scene, like the whole set. Mass sent me some pictures before when they were looking into this place to shoot here. Just a crazy freaking scene, dog. Like, just a wild setup. Really, really dope. Top tier setting. Top tier video work. It just all looks really cool. I was paying a lot more attention to the video that passed through because it's so engaging than the audio. So this time we'll listen to the audio and we'll make some pauses if I notice anything, and we'll talk about everything that happens. So let's get into it. Let's really start to break it down. Here we go. So just that scene is super eerie of him waking up, the door opening, and it's just somewhere completely different. There's this game called Layers of Fear. It's like a Steam game. I think it's on Xbox and stuff too. But it's this horror game where essentially every time you turn around, the world is different. Every door that you open, the world in there is different. So you could open a door, it would be a room. You close it and open it again, it's a completely different room. So that's kind of the feeling that I get here is this kid's asleep in his bed. He opens the door and it's just this horrific scene, right? Some night terror type stuff here.
Night, go to sleep, kid, lights out. Oh. You really wanna fight now? Better pipe down, stop talking nonsense. I see a little bitch ass typing comments.
I really like the mix choice that they did on Mass's voice here. So we're probably in D minor, which is a spooky key. That's, you know, very cinematic, very dark and mysterious. You see a lot of like NF songs in D minor. A lot of are we D minor or G minor? I want to say we're in D minor here. You see a lot of NF songs in D minor. You see a lot of like ICP in D minor, stuff like that. So it's very dark, very cinematic, and it sets the scene well. Pretty slow pace on this beat. We're probably carry the one, multiply. We're probably 115, I'd say. Pretty slow pace for like a more like trap drill centered beat. 115, 110, something along those lines. So again, leads itself to an ominous feel. Pretty dark, pretty gloomy, and I like the whole, every piece works together well, which is nice. Let's get it.
You wanna fight now? Better pipe down, stop talking nonsense. I see a little bitch ass typing comments.
But what I was gonna say about his vocal layering is it feels bigger than it is, right? Because large groups of people are more intimidating than one person. If you're going into a fight and you have to fight for your life, right? Would you rather fight one person or 10 people? It's going to be the one person every single time of the week. You know what I'm saying? So the group effect on his voice makes it sound scarier and more intimidating than it is.
Fully invested, you don't want to test it. I am a threat that you don't want to mess with. True fact that my belt's not black, but I'll whoop that ass if you get me mad. Better be ready to fail.
I love the compression settings that they used on that Get Me Mad, because that can take over, and it almost got smaller. but it still feels large, right? So they compressed it so aggressively on that part because he got louder on the recording, and it goes up. He pulled it back so that it doesn't distract from the flow flip that's about to happen. Because if you get that massive, that's all that's going to be stuck in your head when this flow flip happens. So that he switched this flow right here, but the aggressive compression pulled it back so that your brain still has the capability to think about what's coming next. I love the mix choice there. Listen how it goes. It trails backwards. That's cool.
I'm turning the oven up. You will get hit with an uppercut. I will destroy your ego and then I'ma fuck you up. Damn. Okay.
Really interesting choice of rhyme there, where you thought the rhyme was gonna hit with that.
You will get hit with an uppercut. I will destroy your ego and then I'ma fuck you up.
So right here,
Ass if you get me
mad, right? Bail, right? So you expect that bail, veil, prevail bar to wrap back around, but he goes, then I will fuck you up. Damn, right? So he has that A rhyme in there, that hard A rhyme on the secondary line right after to give him some freedom to go into his next scheme here. Interesting choice. I kind of like it. It's unpredictable and it's a very aggressive choice, and I dig it.
Turning the oven up, you will get hit with an uppercut. I will destroy your ego and then I'ma fuck you up. Damn.
Right?
Okay. I'ma take you head on any day. I'ma give them all smoke whenever they wanna get it. Cause I'm Mass Up Man. Don't you ever forget it.
Try to run away.
Really solid verse. Mass has like shades of like an ICP in that horrorcore vein. His voice really lends itself well to that style because of the grit and the grime in his voice, where he's more grainy in his vocal delivery. And so it gives you that spooky type feel, especially on this one with those chaotic voices happening behind him. It sounds really cool. So we get into our first chorus here and we change scene. So he's going against Mass's villain character, right? And then we transition. Let's move on.
Whenever they wanna get it, cause I'm Mass Up Man. Don't you ever forget it.
Try to run away, but you're no longer safe.
Those droning synths lead to just very spooky. So who is this Mass's character right here under there? It kind of looks like Mass.
Safe. Something in the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I'm coming to play.
I'm coming to play. Really cool layering with Gawne's voice on there. Like leads itself into his verse. Nice. Transitioning the scene to gives a little sense of hope, right? A little semblance of hope, like you're escaping, right? Like there's a lot of influence from like horror movies, horror games in this. One that I think of off the top of my head is this game called Visage, right? Where you're trapped in this house and the house is insane. There's stuff going on. But you step one adventure, you have to go outside and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I made it out. I made it, right? That's what's going through Kid's head right here. Light, there's out, he's free. Also, like symbolism in this of like light equals freedom or happiness or positivity or hope. You know what I'm saying? So he's heading towards the hope, thinking that he's gonna make it here.
Entering a nightmare.
Steps out, it's more of the same.
Goosebumps and a shiver. Hear the whispers of the ghost getting closer. They go. Luke will come into play, yo. Like, hey, yo, my soul's demented. I guess I'm just a lonely sinner.
Luke just has such like very good, like his flow, his cadences just feel. I said it in the first time that I listened to Gawne before. I was like, this dude has to have some kind of drumming background or something because his voice is a drum. You know, like everything he does, his cadence is very rhythmic, and it's really, really dope.
So they go, Luke will come into play, yo. Like, hey, yo, my soul's demented. I guess I'm just a lonely sinner. Looking back on my life, like, holy shit, I'm only bitter. Cause I've been through the coldest winter. Was told to quit him and bullied. I should've fucking pulled the trigger. Instead, I came home for dinner. So what's the devil gonna say now? Put me through the ringer, but I came out swinging middle finger to the pain. And no, I ain't about to stay down on bloodstained ground. As I'm getting up off the canvas, time to better him in the late round.
That's a very Luke Gawne signature flow where
The pain and no, I ain't about to stay down on bloodstained ground. As I'm getting up off the canvas.
You know, he hits that but right as you're starting to get locked into that flow. He actually did two cool things with the flow flips in this part specifically. So he's kind of bang out, bang out, and then he switches it to a more condensed rhyme scheme, which increases tension, right?
Finger to the pain and no, I ain't about to stay down. I'm
Ain't gonna stay down, I blame. You know, he increases the rhymes in there to increase the tension into his next flow flip, which then releases the tension and allows him to move into his next scheme very effortlessly. That's dope.
stained ground as I'm getting up off the canvas, time to better him in the late rounds. Poltergeist here.
Yep, so he flips the flow here because he's set up for that flow
Gotta
flip.
stay down on blood-stained ground as I'm getting up off the canvas, time to better him in the late rounds. Poltergeist here, I'm cold as ice. So if you fucking with the goat, you better know the price and roll the dice, cause then I will expose your life. Because night, yeah, there goes the lights. But sleeping is the town that I feel.
So really, really, really cool setup for this ending. The beat drops out. It's just Luke and a ominous melody, right? So he now has control over the energy. Where are you going to go with this energy, right? So he had a more intense flow to begin that and then started to compress it, right? Started to break out with that, and then right? Still really, really, really rhythmic, but now we're going to see where he goes into this dark flow.
Expose your life because night, yeah, there goes the lights. But sleeping is the town that I feel hope. I wake up to a nightmare, cause real life is what I fear most. Ramen noodles on the stove, my meal's cold. I never had the money to appeal with these clothes.
So the way that was transitioned between the two voices was flawless in my opinion. I heard that the first time and it's really, really, really well done. So like I said, he has the stage now. It's him and the melody. Where are you going with this emotionally? And so he said, talking about my real life is my nightmare, you know, ramen noodles on the stove, you know, we're transitioning from a fantasy world of darkness and a nightmare to reality being the actual problem, right? So really cool way to do that, but the transition was flawless because they've got that deep voice behind him, right? And he's got a different like compression setting. He's got a little bit of distortion on his voice to make it feel super dark. And then it transitions to an underlying vocal that you can kind of hear fade in and then take center stage. Really, really well done from a movement and mixing perspective. It's almost flawless.
It's what I fear most. Ramen noodles on the stove, my meal's cold. I never had the money to appeal with these clothes. Got holes.
You can hear him talking in the background, and it just lends itself really well to taking over. It's like passing the baton in a relay race where they run a couple steps in unison, and then the other one takes control. It's just really well done.
Fear most. Ramen noodles on the stove, my meal's cold. I never had the money to appeal with these clothes. Got holes in my shoes.
Right there.
They feel old from heel to the soles. How they slowly peel. So I need a miracle or some record deal dough. Otherwise I'm probably gonna keel over for real though.
Still talking about his reality and how reality is the nightmare, right? Just really, really dope writing. Really dope from a mixed perspective. Flow was top tier. That was a good verse. That was a really good verse.
I need a miracle or some record deal dough.
And I hate his character because I'm allergic to bees. So this guy might be the scariest to me. I'm not gonna lie, because I get stung with one of those puppies, and you better have an EpiPen ready.
They feel old from heel to the soles. How they slowly peel. So I need a miracle or some record deal dough. Otherwise I'm probably gonna keel over for real though.
Try to run away.
That is the scariest thing in movies for me, right? Because this is very nightmare fuel-ish. When you ever been in a nightmare, right? And this move, like the snap back and almost instant run, is the most terrifying thing ever. The Slender Man series does that really well, where you'll be like sneaking behind and then all of a sudden it'll be like snap and charge right at you. So that's a really good shot. Another inspiration from like scary movies, scary games, stuff like that. Really, 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 really well done. Right here. Boom, on beat. Really dope. Really well put together.
Something in the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare.
This reminds me of freaking It. You know what I'm saying? Where there's the kid and he drops the boat and it goes down. It takes the water. The only difference here is his freaking bear is being possessed by I don't even know what. Taking it away, right? It's not water rushing it away. It's just yeah. Cool little cool shot here as well.
You're entering a nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I come into play.
And there's Vin Jay, right? So he is the one pulling that bear. That's dope. That's dope.
Entering a nightmare.
I come into play.
Dope shot too, because that bear ended up somewhere, right? You could have just had the bear going off, like rolling away, and then all of a sudden he walks up to Vin Jay's character when he's trying to find it, right? But that Bear being summoned to Vin Jay's character is kind of another thing where it's like, okay, this kid was supposed to end up here because this guy was making him end up here. You know what I'm saying? Just another element, small, minute details that really lend themselves well to furthering the you are hopeless, you're stuck here kind of ideology. That's dope. You'll see that bear snap to his hand.
Tell them all they better enter a nightmare. Follow the bright light when you witness a knife tear into your flesh, dog. You should probably recite prayer. The devil doesn't fight fair. Hoping your life spared is priceless. I got a couple of vices that only give me pain, but the feeling is so enticing. I've been deep in the...
This reminds me of that verse on Tech Nine's Am I a Psycho? It's just got it's just got that feel to it, that dark, ominous, but still, I'm gonna show you some cadence flips in here. Really dope.
When you witness a knife tear into your flesh, dog, you should probably recite prayer. The devil doesn't fight fair. Hoping your life spared is priceless. I got a couple of vices.
I got a couple of vices.
Pain, but the feeling is so enticing. I've been deep in the crisis, and I'm trying to grow, but know the devil, he's got me under his mind control and his domination. Been calm and patient, trying to stay sane with my occupation.
What's that song from Stranger Things? That's what this part made me think of. I can't remember, but when they start floating and they got to put the headphones on homegirl so that she doesn't get bodied by Big Dog. Yeah, that's what this is.
Controlling his domination, being calm and patient, trying to stay sane with my occupation. Thoughts deranged, telling me that I'm complacent, and the man in the mirror's an abomination, and he'll never change.
That melody in the background from Vin is really hard. It's an abomination. That little, like the harmony element of it, and then he has it in the next line as well. Really cool musical takes here.
Thoughts deranged, telling me that I'm complacent, and the man in the mirror's an abomination, and he'll never change.
And he'll never change. Cool melodies there. Cool melodies behind that main melody, and it's mixed really well so that it doesn't take away from the main, but if you hear it, you hear it. Everything, there's so many minute details in this that are intentionally put there. It's a puzzle, right? And the puzzle was put together with a lot of care and a lot of attention to detail.
He's telling me that I'm complacent, and the man in the mirror's an abomination, and he'll never change. Better days ain't on the way. Guess I gotta get a cake. Click clack, let it spray. Cause it's life in a dream right now. It's a nightmare till the motherfucking lights out.
So we do a little rewind here.
You try to run away, but you're no longer safe. Something in the darkness is headed toward your way. You're entering a nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. You're entering a nightmare.
I'm coming to play. Really well done. Really well done. A lot of care was put into that. A lot of care was put into that, and I really appreciate it. Hold on, let me switch screens. We'll give final thoughts. So I think I went over pretty much everything that was in my brain, right? That was popping into my brain. But I mean, overall, man, it's just a good video. Like, it's just a really good video, a good song. Very dark, accomplishes the task at hand very well. I feel like every intention, you can read into the intentions of what they were trying to achieve with it, and I think that it hits every dot, right? It's Halloween season, so get a Halloween season video out there, one that still has replay value because the chorus is so good. I don't know who sung on that chorus, but whoever it was, I need to give some flowers to because that was great. Hannah Burke, is that who it is? Very good chorus. Very well written chorus. Lends itself well to the theme of the song. I don't feel like anyone really went off the theme of the song. Themes were all like lined up very well. That drum was good. It was good. It was a good song. It's a good song. A great video. Fantastic mix. I don't know who mixed that joint, but God, that mix was good. Mix was really good, especially working with multiple different artists who recorded in different locations. Like, it's hard to achieve a very cohesive product like that, and that was good. That was really good. Yeah, man, I think that's going to do it for me today. I don't know if I'm going to be posting many more videos. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to see you there. We chop it up. We listen to music. We have fun. We all just hang out, man. It's a blast. So I hope to see you there. Come see me on a live stream, and I'll catch you on the next one, all right?